What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sessions, your semi-professional bullshit hip-hop album reviews. Today, we're talking about Amine's brand new project, Limbo. And before we get into it, I want to get into some initial impressions. I want to give a brief history of my thoughts on his music so far and as the artist as a whole. Honestly, Amine is one of the more unique voices in the industry that I've heard in a very long time. His first project, Good For You, didn't impress me much, but there's something about his voice and his production that was what always kept me interested and maybe enjoy the project just a bit more. I really liked the project and it was just all right for me. There are a couple bangers out of there like Heebie Jeebies, Veggies, and Caroline, and the other hit song that he had. They're all great. But overall, it was just a fine album for me. Not only that, but he has proven to also being an amazing performer, and I consider his Tiny Desk concert to be one of the best in the Tiny Desk history as a whole. It's really, really good, and you should definitely give it a watch. His next project was 1.5, and this was more like an album EP mixtape type weird thing, whatever he called it. And it's here where I grew my appreciation more for Emine as an artist. He proved that he was more than just a rapper slash R&B artist, and he had his own layers with his lyrics, his production, and his style. Not only that, but he's one of the more charming and charismatic artists in the game right now, with great, witty, and clever lyrics with a perfect balance of humor and straight up fire bars and just lyricism throughout all of his projects, without shying away from more serious topics like in this album that we're talking about today. My anticipation for this album has been pretty low. I've never been a huge fan of Amine, but I've always respected his music and his position in the industry thus far. Plus, this year has been pretty weak hip hop wise, with the exception of a few projects here and there. But yeah, it's been kind of weak. But man, let me tell you, this album is amazing. It's pretty fucking great. Honestly, it's currently at the spot for my top album of the year. It might be just because it's the most recent thing I've heard this year, but so far it's at that spot right now. I need to go back, listen to Coda's thing, listen to Mac Miller's project, but so far this is at the top right now for me. But before we get into that and why, let's go through this shit track by track and talk about Limbo. Man, where do I even start with this one? The beat and the sample, fire. The bars, fire. The production is fire. And honestly, get used to me saying that. Because one thing I really have to give credit to and give this man his flowers for is his production and all the people on this project that led the production. Because goddamn, it has such great production on this project. That being said, this shit is just fire. It's like the perfect song you put on when your boys are tired after like 3 games of basketball and y'all just want to sit down, eat burgers, and not say a word to each other, but just vibe. I get a real Pusha T vibe, and that's what most people I've talked to about this song have thought to primarily with his flow, but he does a great job of making it his own. Like, it doesn't sound like he's just straight up taking Pusha T's flow, because I mean his voice is so much more unique in that case. But yeah, it sounds great, and I honestly really loved it. I also love the slight twang with the guitar in the beat. It's just that type of vibe I've always enjoyed so much. The main complaint I've heard so far from this beat is the sample and how it gets kind of pretty repetitive. And I kind of do agree. It's never really bothered me until someone pointed it out and made jokes like it sounds like a high pitched Mario dying, getting his ass burnt in lava or some shit. And well, yeah, it's pretty accurate. But yeah, it's a bit repetitive, but not enough for me to like not like the song. It's something you could completely look over until someone points it out. I It didn't bother me until someone pointed it out, so it's just fine by me. Honestly, I'd give this song like a 4 out of 5. It goes hard, but not too hard. And sometimes the sample could get a bit repetitive, but that's the only minor complaint I have. But yeah, the song goes hard. It's good. Listen to it. It's fire. It's fire. Now this one is just straight up hard. Again, I'm gonna say this a lot. Great ass production. Like, damn. This one is a personal favorite among my friends, and man, what can I say? It's fire. Like, with one of the hardest beats on the project, backed up with a great chorus and verses like, geez, I mean, it does not hold back. Honestly, it's a flawless track. I really don't have much to say about it because, man, does this shit go hard. I'm sorry, I wish I had more insightful comments and criticisms, but it's just great. I really like it. I guess the only thing I can say, the flutes are, I never really liked flute beats, but like this one goes hard. It goes hard. It does a flute beat great. It's great. 5 out of 5. Let's go move on to the next track. It's hard. Go listen to it. It's great. It's a great ass song. Now I felt like combining these two tracks is best because they kind of transition to each other, and plus Kobe is more of an interlude, and it's a nice interlude throughout the album. And fuck, even in the last track, you see how important Kobe was to Amine and his group. And man, I don't blame him. For me personally, he was the first celebrity death that really hit me. Like, damn, it just really sucked. I don't know. I just always grew up looking up to him, even though I never really knew much about basketball. I'd always had a Kobe shirt on, going to elementary school, and it's a nice interlude. Like, nothing really huge about it, but like, it's really good. It's really, really good. Roots, however, wow. Just wow. Sonically and production wise, almost every song impressed me, but this was something I was not expecting. With such a strong opening verse, followed by a beautiful chorus led by Charlie Wilson. Ooh, and then we get the Jit verse. Oh, we get Jit in here with some of his best wordplay since DiCaprio 2. And let me just say, DiCaprio 2 was the best album of 2018. I don't care what anyone tells me. DiCaprio 2 was the best album of 2018. Let's just say that. But like, damn, bro, he. I can't wait till. I know this is an Amine review, but let me do a little side note. I can't wait for whatever Jid comes out with next, because man, if this is the level he's gone to, oh man, it's gonna be so good. Not only that, but the smooth outro to close it out too. Like, man, really? Come on. Like, really? Like, come on, man. All of it backed up with a fucking amazing beat. It's just a really good song. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And while I wish the outro was a bit shorter, because it does kind of drag on slightly, but like, come on, dude. At this point, I'm just kind of like reaching for excuses, you know? I'm not Anthony Fantano. I'm not here to hate. I fucking love this song. This song is amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. Definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. My bad. Definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. Like, no question. Like, wow. I'm sorry for people that came here expecting a super critical music analysis reviewer dude that just hates on everything, that isn't trap or isn't super deep, old head type music. Nah, man, this song slaps. Like, I'm sorry. I'm pretty easy to impress. This song's amazing. Listen to it. Just listen to it. Just listen to it. Yeah. So the straight fucking fire ass streak Amini had going had to end at one point. Personally, it's an alright song for me. Like, it's an alright song, but it's a very skippable song for me. Like, if it comes on, I'll easily skip it. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's nothing I'd always want to listen to compared to the last few tracks. It has a very generic tropical vibe that I feel like I hear all the time on the radio, and that's just not very interesting to me. Like, all right, with a very generic pre-chorus and chorus, and yeah, his vocals are good, but like, come on, you know what you're capable of, Amine, and you know you can do a lot better than this. But yeah, it's not a bad song. It's just very generic for me and very skippable for me. I'd give it like a 3 out of 5. It's not bad, but it's not very impressive either. So yeah, this song is it's kind of weird for me to describe it because I enjoy it a lot. Like, it's got good verses from both Amine and Young Thug, and has really catchy beats. But it's also a song that's highly skippable. Not more than Can't Decide, but this one is also kind of there. It starts off very strong, opening with Amine's catchy ass chorus, and then followed by a pretty fire verse. And then we go into Young Thug's verse, which at first I didn't really like, but it kind of grew on me. But even then, it's a little bit annoying sometimes, but it's all right. Yeah, I was never really a fan of Young Thug. I respect the dude and his music, but I am by no means calling him trash. Like, his music is just not for me. If you like him, that's all you. His music's never been for me, but I respect what he does, his art, his whatever he does. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an alright song. It's catchy, and but it's never one I'd go back to and play repeatedly like Woodlawn or Roots, or even some of the other songs in the rest of the album. But yeah, I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, I like to be generous, you know. I could be merciful. Oh yes, Papa. Oh yes, yes. This was the only single I heard off this project because it came out like months ago, like back in the beginning of the year. And yeah, I really fuck with this track with an amazing beat and sample backing it up with some of the best verses rap wise I've heard by Amine. Like, damn, he has so many good bars and clever and funny lines. I just remember listening to this song for the first time at a library with some friends, and I audibly said, God damn, God damn, because how hard the chorus goes, especially the second verse. Like, damn, Amine, you really did just snap on this track. Just straight flexing with his wordplay, production, and even his position in the game right now. This is definitely a 5 out of 5 track. Like, no question for me. Even after listening to this song for 6 months now, it still slaps. Like, damn, it's such a good song. It's such a good song. Definitely listen to it. I highly recommend it. It's very catchy. And I'm really happy it was one of the singles. It gives a good sort of vibe to listen to this album. But yeah, listen to the fucking song. It's great. 5 out of 5. As soon as I saw the name Vince Staples next to this track, I already knew it was gonna go hard. Like, you already know what's gonna happen. What a great fucking song. How many times do I have to say this in this fucking album? So many great fucking songs. Not only does it start off really hard and strong, but then it has the capacity to transition to this very vibey, laid back closing. Oh my god, man. First things first, the track's got bars. Amine's and Vince's verses. Try saying that real fast. Amine's and Vince's verses go hard. Amine shines here with um Amine shines here with more of his witty wordplay and clever lyrics, showing that clever sense of humor I was mentioning before, and that made him stand out over the years. Vince, like always, you know, like always, he goes in with such a great flow and great bars, man, to back it up. It was one of the more memorable features for me, just because I'm not a huge fan of Vince. I've watched his Cave episode. I listened to FM. That's about it. But I like his style of rapping. But Vince, like always, he goes hard. Probably the best feature. Yeah, I'd say the best feature on the project. The only part I was iffy about was Slow Tie's verse, and I mean, like, I didn't mind it, but like, was it really needed here? It fit the vibe of the track, but I would have enjoyed the song way more if Amine's and Vince's verse were back to back. That would have gone like so much harder and would have been like a nice back to back type rap ordeal. I don't know. Also, one more thing, following Vince's verse, you get this chorus flipped or distorted or whatever. It was like reversed or whatever, and like, it was kind of cool, but it kind of goes on for a bit too long, like just a little bit too long. Like, it's a super minor complaint, honestly. It doesn't really matter. But aside from that, let's talk about this transition. Man, the transition to the second half, does it go hard? Like, damn, bro, it was one of my favorite moments of this whole project in general, because it was something I was not expecting. And you know me, I like me good transitions and beat switches. But yeah, man, it was so good. I definitely recommend you hear this just for that part because it's so it catches you so off guard and it just sounds so good, man. It's just so good. Aside from that very minor complaint about the flipped chorus and slow ties verse, this song is fire. I really enjoyed it. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 for sure, just because of that um, flipped chorus and slow ties verse. Kind of just, it's all right for me, but still, it's a great song. Great song. Fuck it, 4.5 out of 5 just for that. It's a really good song. I really love listening to it. It's it's good. It's good. So yeah, this song's all right for me. When it first came out as a single, I had the same reaction when I listened to it like once, and I was like, eh. And I thought maybe after a few more listens, like this time, I'd like it a bit more. But nah, it's just nah. It's not a bad song. Production is strong as always, and is pretty catchy lyrically and musically. However, it's very eh in terms of comparing it to other songs on this album as a whole. As a single, it's all right. It's a pretty good radio single, but as a complete package to the whole project, it's very like okay. This song and Can't Decide are definitely the weakest parts of the album. It's only because they sound so generic and sound so radio single like. The only surprising highlight was the break in the song that was sung by Joyce Rice, but it lasts literally seconds, and yeah. So I don't know. To give it a low score because it's not a bad song, it's just very eh. Honestly, I don't really want to do that. But honestly, like I give it like a 2 out of 5. I'm sorry, it's very eh and like very skippable for me. I really like Joyce Rice's part, but like it lasts literally like 3 seconds. So sorry. At first, I'll be honest, this song was at the same level as Riri, but man, did it grow on me. And after listening to it a bit more closely, more and more, goddamn, what a beautiful song! Like we finally get a full R&B Amina experience on this project. We mainly get R&B from him from his first project, but to see him finally come back to his singing, and I'm gonna be honest, man, he's good at singing. I used to think he raps better than singing, but man, at this point, I'll just shut up because he does a great job on this track and is beautifully backed up by Summer Walker's incredible voice. I haven't heard much of her work and I've only seen tiny bits and pieces of her Tiny Desk concert, but I know she's recognized as being an amazing singer and artist, and man, does it show how much of an amazing singer she is and does an amazing job in this track. Overall, the production is fucking amazing. Like, I cannot stress this enough. It's great. Like, damn. The singing is great and the beat is really good. It has this very wavy, romantic vibe to it. And yeah, I could fuck with that. I could definitely, I could fuck to that too. It's like that. I'll give it like a 4 out of 5, only because I don't really see myself constantly listening to this as much as the others. But I want to give credit for its amazing vocals and production. Like it's pretty fire for real. Honestly, listen to it if you just want to vibe, or like you're feeling kind of romantic at night. You want to feel yourself just dance. You know, it's just a very nice wavy romantic vibe of a song. It's great. I mean, you can never really go wrong with a mom song. Like, come on, like it's a great one at that too. I really like this song. I mean, there's not much to say about it. Great lyrics, great production, as always, and it's even backed up with some even more amazing vocals by Charlie Wilson. Like, damn, they sing good. They sing real good. And I mean, yeah, it's a great, charismatic, warm, and good feeling song that is just great to listen to. I really liked it. It's short and sweet, and I honestly don't really have any complaints and not many like huge praises I can give it to it. Like it's a good song. It's just a straight up good song. So I just say like a 5 out of 5. It's good. It's good. It's a solid like A+ song. Like you cannot go wrong with it. It's a great mom song. But shout out to the moms out there. I love you, mom. Play this for your mom. Get her some flowers. Doesn't have to be Mother's Day. Just play it. just show your mom some love, man. Come on. Like, what's wrong with that? So this song I really consider to be a standout personally, and Amine kind of chooses to end this album with these more serious topics, and he does so very well. Starting off with this song where he goes into the topic of interracial relationships, and it's a perspective and topic that I literally realized while listening to the song it really isn't talked about that much, and I didn't think it was a huge issue until I heard this song, and it kind of made me take like a step back and was like, shit, these are actually like issues, and I realized like this is also another issue in our fucking shitty ass world. The song is so beautifully produced, with the instrumental setting the perfect mood for the entire song. I really enjoy Amine's vocals on this track, where he both sings and kind of raps in the choruses. Amine also shows that he isn't too bad at storytelling, and I really enjoy the narrative that this song is kind of telling and giving you that glimpse of how he feels constantly and how he hates how he lives in a world that he can't really change. And it really stuck to me. It was really something I was like, shit, this is deep. This is something. I highly recommend you listen to this track, and if any of the other tracks don't really speak to you, definitely listen to this track, because it's honestly a standout, and it's like, I don't know, it makes me feel some type of way. I really like listening to this song. It's a great song, not just like musically but narratively, and just it's a great song. Definitely a 5 out of 5. Listen to it, trust me, it's a great song. Just listen to it, please. Now this is another song where I was like, fuck, man, like it's a really emotional song for more reasons than one, and I really enjoyed it. First off, musically I liked it. I didn't really like the heavy instrumental, but it grew on me. All of the verses by Amine and Injury Reserve were great, and I never really listened to too much of Injury Reserve stuff, but I definitely respect them as artists, and for this song to be the first to have featured Groggs after his passing a few months ago was something that I was like, damn, dude. I've never really listened to them, so I've never had like a type of connection or an emotional connection to them. Like, I didn't even know Groggs passed away all those months ago until I listened to this track. But then realizing like, yo, this is one of the first features to come out, or first songs to have featured him after he died. It's like, fuck, dude. That kind of, just the idea of that just kind of sucks. Like, I don't know. It's just something that made me just like, that's hard, man. Especially due to what the song is actually about, and it's about having kids at a young age, or not really being ready on becoming a father and stuff. And man, personally, it's just something I wasn't really expecting from Amine, but man, it's such a touching step back and kind of just talking about these things. It's definitely a song that's like a 5 out of 5 for me. It's not a song I'd always want to go back to and listen, but I see myself just kind of vibing out to the song and just like thinking to the future. And it's a very deep song. It's a very deep song that gets me in my thoughts. But man, what a song. 5 out of 5 for sure. Listen to it. It's really good. I love Injury Reserve stuff. I might actually start listening to their stuff because I was impressed. But yeah, great song. Honestly, man, what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, what an incredible outro. Like, goddamn, I instantly fell in love with this song as soon as I started listening to it. Like, damn, what an incredible and grand closing to this album. And man, do I love it. It's just every time it comes on, it gives me the biggest smile when it comes on. Like, fuck. When that chorus hits, oh, do I get goosebumps. Jesus Christ. Okay. One at a time. One thing at a time. It's hot. It's really hot. It's sticky and gross, but let's take one thing at a time. With amazing vocals by Joyce Rice. Thank God we get to hear more of her voice, because I really liked her in a couple songs ago. But yeah, and also a great closing by Daniel Caesar. Amazing voice once again. So many amazing voices. Let me take a step. Let me take a minute. So many amazing voices on this project. Like, let's appreciate every single feature on this thing. Even though some of them I didn't really like, but still, everyone had an amazing part on this project. Everyone had amazing voices. Everyone's beautiful. Everyone's amazing. I'm just gonna say that. That's just what it is. Everyone's beautiful. Everyone's amazing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and also the verses are great. The verses are great, but fuck those choruses, man. Those just wow. Those choruses are just wow, man. Every time they come on, they just give me goosebumps. The production is amazing. Vocals are amazing. Instrumentally, it's damn near perfect. It's a 5 out of 5. Don't ever try to tell me otherwise. This is the best song in the project, bar none. Like, what an amazing outro. One of the best outros I've heard in a very long time. Definitely listen to it if you want to just get inspired or just wake up feeling good and ready to take on the day. So yeah, this was such an incredible surprise because I've never really been like super impressed with any of Amine's work. I've always respected him as an artist, and I've always had like a few songs here and there that really spoke to me and that I really liked, but that's about it. I didn't have any expectations at all for this album, but man, this is a good one, Coach. This is a good one. And it was such an improvement on his last few projects, and even then, those were pretty great. So yeah, just what a great overall project. There's only like 2 songs that was like, all right, that wasn't too noteworthy, but honestly, the majority was great. I'd give this project like an 8 out of 10, probably an 8.5, but I don't want to get technical here, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I highly recommend you listen to this album if you are or aren't a fan. He has such an incredible and unique voice with many influences by Pusha T and primarily Kanye. But yeah, it's great. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Great album, 8 out of 5, 8.5 out of 5, whatever you want to say. Great album. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed this review. If there's anything y'all might want me to review or go back and do a retrospective on, and like on an older album, that'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty cool. I have some plans on future music stuff that I want to do later on. I was planning on doing every week I'd alternate on video game stuff and music stuff, but fuck it, this album came out of nowhere, and I really, really, really wanted to listen to it and talk about it after I listened to it the first time. But yeah, leave your suggestions below about what you want me to do next. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time.